The following is a special presentation of the First Horizon Green Sports Zone. This is the Terry's Flooring Tanner Earley Show. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Tanner Earley Show, where we cover everything on the court with the Chuckey-Doak Lady Black Knights basketball team. We'll recap the first 3 games for the Lady Black Knights this year and see what they've got on their schedule next as they come back home for a round of games. But first, as always, we need to go ahead and get a spot break in first. So we'll be right back after these quick messages here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone. The Terry's Flooring Tanner Earley Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommy's Plumbing, Terry's Flooring, and by First Horizon Bank.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all to help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Tanner Earley Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the Chuckey-Doak Lady Black Knights basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Tanner Earley. Coach,
yep,
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. How was your Thanksgiving break?
It was good. It was good. I ate a lot of food. Didn't play in a Thanksgiving tournament, so
had a little bit of a break. You actually had a break.
I actually had a break.
Yeah.
We had a lot of practices, so it was good. It was good.
I know it's something a lot of teams usually don't have is a Thanksgiving break, because when you play in tournaments, you're here and there, and of course you've got Thanksgiving Day to spend with family, and that's a question that I've asked everybody this week that I'm going to pass it over to you. Are you all a turkey family, a ham family, or a both?
So we are big-time ham family.
Ham, okay.
And for anybody watching from the family, I don't think I'm wrong, but probably selfishly ham for me, because my mama made the best ham ever. It was the square ham. I loved it. So to me, ham for sure.
So at the end of the week, I've interviewed 8 coaches about it. The final tally, we had 4 boths, 2 hams, and 2 turkeys. So pretty split evenly between hams and turkeys. Yeah. I would have expected more turkeys just because it's traditional.
Right.
But it seems like, Coach Broyles and I just talked about it too, seems like ham's starting to become more of a Thanksgiving tradition with families.
Yeah, I think turkey can be too dry sometimes.
Yeah, you got to cook it right.
Right, so that would be the only reason why I would go ham, because again, turkey can get too dry, but I've always been a ham guy, so.
I kind of like both.
I was about to say, what about you?
Turkey's traditional, but we went ham this year.
Did you?
I like it a lot better.
Yeah, okay.
I like ham a lot better. This is the first year where we've done solo ham, and I really enjoyed it. So it might be a recurring thing going forward now. But, yeah, it seems like everybody's split now. But you got 2 hams right here.
So what about favorite side dish?
Ooh.
During Thanksgiving.
Got to be green bean casserole.
Okay. See, I'm a mac and cheese guy.
Mac and cheese, okay. I heard that one this week also.
All the way. That'd be my number 1.
Mashed taters and gravy. You can't go wrong with that. That's the stuffing. Yeah, you got the traditional ones that you always got, but everybody's got a favorite. Can't go wrong with mac and cheese either. Yeah. But going through the games this year, you've had a lot scheduled so far. Just 3 games.
Yeah.
Let's go back to all the way at the beginning of the season 2 weeks ago when you got your first win as a head coach here at home against Kachia. Big 60-29 win over them. So how good did it feel to get that monkey off of your back in your first regular season game?
So it was really special because this has always been the goal for me to get to the high school level. But I don't like to put it about me. The girls did everything. Well, slow start. Because first game, nerves, a brand new team, some of them playing varsity minutes for the first time in their career. So, like I said, a lot of nerves for me and them. I mean, it was special. It was good to get that first win for them and for the program.
And it's a team that I believe you had scrimmaged maybe earlier in that week or the week before. And normally that doesn't happen where you get to scrimmage a team the week before you play them in the regular season. So how much did that benefit you knowing sort of what you would see in your first regular season action against them?
So they really didn't do anything much different. The first time we played them. We did. I didn't want to show anything. So we were pretty vanilla with what we did offensively and defensively. But playing them actually helped to see what they had. I mean, you can still see what matchups kind of work, and what kind of guards and posts they got. So the scrimmage helped us a lot, really, to see what they had.
And then moving into, I guess, this week, because you took off Thanksgiving break, had a long time between games before you matched up with North Green here at home. And we'll go ahead and even mention it. You talked about it last night after the Cherokee loss. This part right here, your schedule's a gauntlet. You go from North Green to Cherokee to Cloudland, and then you start your conference action right away. So you go into that North Green game with such a long time off between games. Talk about that North Green game that you had here at home.
Yeah, we hadn't seen anything like it this year. We scrimmaged Cosby, scrimmaged Kachia, played Kachia. The press that they had, we hadn't seen, and it really caught us off guard. We were turning the ball over everywhere. Kudos to Coach Buchanan. They really have a great team out there, well coached, great athletes, no weaknesses. I mean, they're a good team out there in North Green.
And then going into last night too, Cherokee, you could say pretty much the same thing about them. It was the press, it was zero flaws. They were a very talented team, and you go on the road for the first time this year, and it ended up being a loss against Cherokee. So talk about your first road trip and what you learned in that. Yeah,
so like I said, Cherokee, much like North Green, can shoot it well. They have the exact same press, that 1-2-1-1 press. Seeing North Green, we tried to adjust some things on our press offense. But like you said, first road game, especially like I said, for this new team,
it's different,
brand new. Might have been a little scared going out there because I mean that team at the middle school level had won the state tournament. Not only won the state tournament, but they won 77-18 in the championship game. So I mean that's really putting it on. So talented freshman, talented sophomore class, like no weaknesses with them either. Shoot the ball extremely well, well coached. I don't know if we were ready to play. Like I said, I think we were a little intimidated, to be honest with you.
And then through 3 games of the season so far, I know it's been a smaller sample size than most teams are accustomed to through 3 weeks of the season, but through 3 games so far, what have you learned so far?
I've learned this group doesn't quit. No matter what the score is, they play hard. They play extremely hard all 4 quarters of the basketball game. And that's what I try to preach. No matter what the score is, we're not going to lay down. We're not going to quit. We're going to keep trying to execute, try to make ourselves better every day. Even if we're up big, we're down big, we need to make ourselves better every day. And like I told you last night, playing these teams makes us better. Not winning by 30 or 40, that really doesn't make us better. Playing the North Greens, the Cherokees, the Cloudlands, the Unicoi, that's what's going to make us better for the conference and for the tournament.
And as a head coach too, of course, you had your first game here at home, your first road game last night, first county game in those first 3 games also. So as a head coach now, what have you learned through your first 3 weeks of regular season action now that you've kind of settled into things a little bit?
I've learned more about our team, really, more than just about the head coach role. Like, I've been a head coach, even though it's not at the high school level.
So it's sort of the same between middle and high school?
To me, it is. Okay. To me, a little bit more preparation in the high school level than the middle school level, but I've learned more about our team in these past 3 weeks than I really thought I would. I thought it would take us longer to kind of get things in motion, coming off a volleyball season, not in great shape, kind of having to run little fundamentals throughout the part of the year when we don't really have time to do that. Yeah. But we've come a long way, more than I thought, to be honest with you.
That's a good point, because a question that I've been asking a pair of the boys coaches is it's hard sometimes to move those guys into basketball shape from football season. I've never really heard that side of things from volleyball, kind of moving from volleyball shape to basketball shape, because you can't really compare volleyball and football, but you sort of can in the vein of that the plays are a lot shorter than basketball is. You can go 2 minutes, you can go 2 seconds in basketball before the whistle's blown. Football and volleyball, it's sort of similar. So how do you move those girls into basketball shape from volleyball, or is it just something that comes with time?
Well, I definitely think it comes with time, because we're still struggling in that aspect. Sometimes at the end of the first quarter, we're huffing and puffing big time, and that's something we got to fix quick, because we got about 8 or 9 on varsity, 10 on varsity. So not a lot of depth, and the depth is young if we have to go deep into the bench. So we're working every day on trying to get in basketball shape, but it's a struggle.
I always like to say that the first 2 weeks of the regular season are kind of like the preseason of the regular season, just because you've got those Hall of Fame games and then Thanksgiving week. But move past that now, this is kind of where you start to see the teams mesh together a little bit more, get into more shape, and perfect time too, because you've got conference coming up too. We'll talk about that in just a moment, talk about the Cloudland game before that. But first, we need to get a quick commercial break in here first. So stick with us. We'll talk about both of those things right after this break here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
Tommy's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommy's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommy's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Tanner Earley Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the Chuckey-Doak Lady Black Knights basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Tanner Earley. So you've got two big games coming up this week. The first one, of course, with Cloudland here at home on Saturday. It's a team that has been a perennial state tournament team at the 1A level for the past several years, and they get to come in here to give you another tough test in this gauntlet of your schedule. So what can you expect on Friday when the Lady Highlanders come into town?
Well, we'll watch film on them today. They run that 1-2-1-1 press.
So you'll see it again?
We'll see it for the third time in a row. They got some shooters. They're man-to-man defense the whole game, get up in you, ball pressure. Something, like I said, we've seen 2 games in a row. So I hope for 3 games that we can handle it this time, because the first 2 we really didn't do a very good job of handling the ball pressure and the press. So that's what I've seen on film.
I know it's something that you didn't purposely do, line those teams up back to back to back, but it sort of works in your favor knowing that you'll see the same press back to back to back. So knowing that this game is at home and knowing that it'll be the 3rd game in a row that you see that press, does that give you any sort of comfort, or does it help you worry less about the game going into it knowing that it's at home against something you've seen previously?
Yeah, it definitely helps that we've seen it and we're at home. Shooting in our own gym, we're used to it. We're used to running our floor, because our floor is a little bit bigger than I think most courts.
I think yours is actually a college regulation.
It is, yeah. So that helps us a lot, and that some teams struggle with that, with the bigger court. But yeah, being at home, hopefully it being a Saturday don't really affect us. We're gonna have a shoot around tomorrow morning, get them up, get them moving. So I think it's gonna be a good day tomorrow.
And then going into West Green, it's crazy we're already talking about conference games. But here we are going into the 4th week of the season next week with West Green opening up the District 1 2A slate. So whenever you open it up with the Lady Buffaloes here at home on Tuesday, what can we expect?
Well, when I got the schedule for the first time, I kind of circled that one, knowing from where I came from. So
Right.
that's alumni coming in here. So it's going to be a little special game for me. So I've also watched them on film. Big Post, Joey. They got some guards. They're young just like we are. So it's going to be a good test. These last 3 games, I think, will get us ready for that night.
And beneficial for you also, because something that just popped into my head is West Green has had sort of a similar schedule to you all so far. They've played North Green, they've played Cherokee, so you get to watch film against teams that you get to watch common opponents play each other. So does that benefit you more going into that game knowing that you get to watch film against common opponents?
Oh, it does. It definitely does. Like today, I watched Cloudland Happy Valley.
Okay.
So
yeah.
conference game, I watched Cloudland Unicoi. So definitely it does help when you can just knock out 2 birds with 1 stone,
Yep.
seeing what you got with both of them.
And Happy Valley's a team that you'll play next
week.
Friday too, that
Yep.
we won't talk about too much, but that is another one talking about having film between common opponents. But with that West Green game too, I got to ask, you mentioned that it'll be more sentimental being an alumni. Which one do you circle more, this one or the one at West Green?
And it's definitely January 23rd. I know
Yeah.
the date. Yeah, definitely that one. Going to have a lot of people come out, my family side, to watch it. So definitely that one.
I figured it would be that one. It's
sure.
always more special when you go home
Right.
rather than hosting them.
I've never been in the visitor locker room. I don't even know what it looks like. So never,
That's an interesting,
never
yeah,
was
that's
been
an
there.
interesting point too.
Yeah.
So that'll be a new thing, and everything's new for you this year being a first-time head coach. Got Cloudland on Saturday for the first time, got West Green on Tuesday for the first time. Both are here at home. So if you've got the opportunity and you do want to come out and come watch the Lady Black Knights on Saturday night and Tuesday night when they play Cloudland and West Green, but unless there's anything else you've got to add, I believe that's all I got for you this week.
I think I'm good if you're good.
All right, that's all I got. Once
Appreciate it,
again,
Tyler.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for watching this week's edition of the Terriers Flooring Tanner Early Show. We look forward to seeing you next time here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.